Hello, my name is Julia Humphreys and I'm the CyberEPQ lead at Quifaro, which is now a part of CIISec. Today I'd like to give you an overview of the CyberEPQ. For practical purposes, I'm showing you the CyberEPQ 1-year course. However, please be aware that you may take this over 2 years. I will also produce a second video with some further induction and Moodle navigation. Today I'm just really going to be taking you through that journey. So as you can see on your screens, this is what our Moodle looks like. I'm just basically going to be taking you through the Learner's Handbook, which is quite comprehensive. There is also a Supervisor's Handbook, which closely replicates the Learner's Handbook. However, there are some additional elements in there as well. So if we have a look at this Learner's Handbook, you can click on it just to get to it. We have contents page so that you can see exactly what's involved. I'm not going to go through every page in the handbook, just to show you more or less what is there. So most importantly could be on page 5, where if you would like to know more about the accreditation details, which is useful for UCAS applications and so on, it could be found here. We're a registered centre with City and Guilds, so that means that you would register your students through us and we would register them with City and Guilds itself. I'd also like to bring to your attention that we also have a CyberEPQ alumni. This is a professional body in view of the fact that it's on LinkedIn. We encourage all of our students to create a profile. We do give some advice. However, we also understand that some students not comfortable having a social media presence. That's absolutely fine. They can still join our alumni on LinkedIn with just their profile having their first name and initial, and then saying that they're doing the CyberEPQ and they needn't add any more details. So the reasons why I think that everyone should join the CyberEPQ alumni is because on this platform we post lots of different events that are coming up, predominantly those with CIISec, that's the Chartered Institute of Information Technology, which kindly allows all of our alumni members access to various masterclasses, innovations, webinars, and so on. We also have Cyber Days of Learning, which if you're an alumni member, you're welcome to come along and join. We have these as both physical and now latterly, due to COVID, virtual events, which in some respects is great because it opens it up much more widely to everyone, gives everyone the opportunity to join. In our days of learning, we have some networking with the cyber team. We have also a crypto challenge whereby the students are put into groups and they have to solve this challenge and then give a mini presentation. We award prizes for this, and this year, due to COVID, we haven't been able to have our graduation, and so our supporters, Deloitte, every year they have awarded prizes for the best essay that's come out of CyberEPQ, and so in our upcoming event we will be also awarding prizes to those students. We also have a mentoring scheme. Again, you need to be a member of the alumni for that. The mentors will be DBS checked. All meetings will take place via Teams or a Zoom platform. We have a mentoring pack with a handbook with lots of different activities, a personal development plan, and the minimum contract is for 6 months, an hour a month. That could be an hour in one straight go, it could be 2 half-hour sessions, or 4 15-minute sessions, whatever fits best for the mentor and the mentee. If anyone is under 18, if they wish for a parent or carer to sit in and listen, they're very welcome to do so. However, we're not expecting them to engage with the mentor themselves. All communication will be done via messages on LinkedIn, and so we're doing our utmost to make sure that both the mentor and the mentee get the support and are safe. A further asset of joining the CyberEPQ alumni is that we also have alumni talks on top of the other masterclasses. In our alumni talks, we have people come in from different areas in the cyber profession. They may give a talk, and then the students are welcome to ask their questions for their insights and their experiences, their tips, which has been really nice as well. So I've given you a bit of an overview about the mentoring scheme as well. We also run the mentoring scheme through STEM ambassadors. So all of the DBS check and the induction comes from there, and we'll give further safeguarding training to all of our mentors. So I'm not going to go through what all of the modules are. We have 10 core modules that the students should work through. I should point out that these modules are the same that you would find on our Head Start course, which can be used as an enrichment program or an after-school club or a lunchtime club, and all work that's done for the Head Start program can then be transferred onto the accredited CyberEPQ. The CyberEPQ is level 3 qualification. It's worth up to 28 UCAS points, and it's the equivalent of half an A level. The CyberEPQ takes 125 learning hours to complete, whereas the Head Start is approximately 30 learning hours, depending, of course, on engagement. So the core modules, as I said, there are 10 here. So I'm just going to show, we've got cybercrime risk assessment, management and governance, parts 1 and 2. Going on to unit 6, security testing, vulnerability assessment, digital forensics, incident response management, identity and access management, and then that also includes AI and big data, GDPR. And then in our last core module, we've got security audit, compliance and assurance. And in our specialist topics, at least one, should they wish, they may do 2, or if they are really keen to know more, they can do all 3. So we have human aspects of cybersecurity, pen testing, and also secure software development. So moving on, what does the CyberEPQ involve? Well, here the CyberEPQ can align quite nicely with an ordinary EPQ. So if you teach EPQs at school, although we have this tutor element of these modules, it still means that the students can follow your own curriculum for your EPQ, so that they can join lessons, showing them how to do citations, how to do their research. However, if you don't offer things like that, we also have the links to lots of different free courses from various universities, which highly regard the EPQ and of course the cyber EPQ, giving tips and tricks as to what would be the best way to approach an EPQ. We also then have our own guidance for every stage of the cyber EPQ, from the record for initial planning, project proposals, and most significantly for the presentations as well. So how is the cyber EPQ different from an ordinary EPQ? So with an ordinary EPQ, you'll find your own topic, do your research and do your project. And that could be in various forms. With the cyber EPQ instead, you'll be completing 10 of the core modules, at least one of the specialist modules. For each of these modules, you will need to do a journal entry. We have a template and also an exemplar for you to have a look at, as well as the learners can. After you've completed that, you'll then start doing research for a 5,000 word essay. We do not accept artifacts or products and so on, only an essay. Of course, you'll need to evidence your time and project management as you would do for an ordinary EPQ. We also highly recommend that you do a table of evaluation resources, and you need to complete the production log. We also require a presentation which must be recorded. It should be no larger than 150 megabytes when zipped. We also have guidance as to how that can be structured. Basically 10 minutes for the presentation of your project, and then 5 minutes for Q&A. And we also have advice for supervisors as to how you can help your students gain optimal marks in this area. From our experience, we've also found that it's very beneficial for us to have a learning agreement so that students and supervisors and parents are very clear as to exactly what is required with regards to the cyber EPQ. That also includes the assessment objectives that can be found here. On signing and uploading the learning agreement and a cyber EPQ declaration, it then means that the rest of the modules from module 2 onwards, they will be unlocked. Prior to that, you can access the different areas, the introductory module and module 1. However, you won't be able to go any further until you've uploaded that learning agreement. So you'll work through the modules, do the 5,000 word essay, you have a journal entry that needs to be done. And then, as we say, we strongly recommend, should you wish to get optimal grades, meaning above a grade C, we strongly recommend that you do a timeline or Gantt chart, an evaluation table, and of course you must complete the production log. Then the next part that I would like to bring to your attention, I will, if anyone would like a copy of the Learner's Handbook or the Supervisor's Handbook, you're very welcome to have a look. We also have here on our module, on our Moodle, there are at least three different forums. We have 2 essentially for our learners, the Learners Forum, whereby they may communicate with their peers, as well as cyber security experts from the Royal Holloway University for all cyber related queries. We also have a Deloitte Forum, whereby you may ask any of your, again, cyber related queries. However, these are possibly more linked to a corporate angle. They may also want to ask about different career opportunities and professional development, so you can go there. I did mention a third forum. This is solely for supervisors. It replicates the Learners Forum, but it is for supervisors. So supervisors, you do not need to have any prior cybersecurity knowledge. And as backup, we have this Supervisors Forum, whereby you may contact, again, our Royal Holloway cyber security experts and ask your cyber related questions there. We also have a friendly team here at Quifaro, which is now part of CIISec, and although we will be sending out emails with upcoming submissions and milestones and helping you to prepare for those, you're welcome to contact us or even join our monthly meetings. We have separate ones for our learners and another one for our supervisors, which you're able to drop in and attend, ask your questions, and I will go through what the next stages are in this journey for you. So hopefully you will feel well supported. Next couple of pages are about this Moodle navigation and induction, which I will cover in the following video in more detail. And then the next thing that I would like to bring to your attention are our suggested milestones and deadlines. As you will see, this is for our current cohort. We have the modules, they were available from mid-June. Generally, our students start mid-September, early October, and we do have a closing date for the end of October. That is for our 1-year course. However, as I said, we do have a 2-year course, which means that if you do a November series or a January series at your school and you'd like that to fit in there, we can accommodate you. So just bring that to our attention. I will talk specifically about the 1-year course just so as not to confuse matters. We suggest that the modules, depending on your school commitments and obligations, that they're completed at least by the beginning of December, so that in that way you can start thinking about your projects and complete the record of initial planning, so that way you've got a good month or so before you really need to firm up your ideas for the project proposal. So for those of you that offer EPQs at school, we actually do the project proposal approval. So both the project proposal A form that's completed by candidates and project proposal B form that's completed by supervisors, they will be submitted to us, as you can see here, for our current cohort by 9 AM on the 10th of January. We have cyber professionals and academics who will be looking at project proposals and assessing them, making sure that the project title and the steps that the students are anticipating to complete, that they're logical, that there are resources, they're not putting themselves, schools or any institutions or businesses in danger, they won't be at risk in terms of word limit or scope, and also time as well. So that way that takes the burden off of school-based supervisors in terms of having that cyber knowledge. Students are discouraged from starting to write their projects until they've received those project proposals. We have at least a 2-week turnaround, which includes 2 weekends, so that our cyber professionals who are working have the opportunity to complete those. As you'll notice, this is a fixed deadline, which means that we cannot change it. If you have a look, these other dates here and on the next pages, they are in black. They are suggested milestones, and you may wish to alter those so that they fit in with your school curriculum and commitments. They're there to provide structure. However, we do allow a sense of flexibility. This year, as you're aware, Easter hits in April and takes a large chunk out of that. So that means that we are asking our supervisors and students to consider that they may wish to complete their projects by the end of March and their presentations, so that the supervisors can mark those during the Easter break so that they can then be submitted to us. As you'll see, our fixed deadline is by Friday, the 29th of April. As I said, we do allow a lot of flexibility in other areas, but please make sure that everyone is aware of what the final deadline is and that the supervisors have enough time to assess the projects, as well as you need to complete the presentation as well. The presentation doesn't need to be done when the essay has been completely written. It should be close to finishing, but it doesn't need to have finished. Typically non-COVID times, once the project has been completed, if you're on 1-year course, we will then do internal moderation here at Quafaro as for a national cohort, and then we will send those moderated marks back to teachers and supervisors, and then should you wish to make an appeal, you may do so, and then we then have our two-stage appeal process, and all responses will be complete by Friday the 10th of June. Just for your awareness, whether you are in the June series or November or January series, the results for the CyberEPQ will come out in August with the A-level results. On completing the CyberEPQ, you will also get a certificate of completion, which also lists the topics that you have engaged with. You will also be on our Wall of Fame as well, which highlights your achievements, which will be on our social media. It will have the name of your project, and if you get a grade B or higher, we will also celebrate that fact with you. So after that, I'd just like to show you what the assessment objectives are. So here, this is with regards to your journal. If you remember, you'll be completing that so that the we can see your engagement with different modules. As I say, we've got a template. I think be specific but brief. You may write in sentences or you may write in bullet points. We're very happy for you to do either of those. And then the next area that I'd like to show you is the assessment objectives. Those of you who already conduct EPQs, you will see that these closely mirror other EPQs assessment objectives. There are 4. And then after that, we also have our marking bands. So there are 3 marking bands for each assessment objective, and they are generally, you can differentiate between the marking bands from limited or limited to some to clear or very good, basically, but you will need to have a look at each of those areas to see how they apply. We also have in here, should you have complaints, where you will need to contact us. Here we also describe the standardization and moderation process, and then at the end of this document we have what the production logbook looks like. I'd just like to bring to your attention that every page has a space for the student's name, and most importantly, the City and Guilds registration number must be added here and on every part of the submission. We also ask that all submissions are either as Word documents, Excel sheets, PowerPoint. We do not accept PDFs. We do not accept photos of production logs. Our production logs and the essays must all be written using Word. So with that, that is the end of the presentation. Thank you for your time, and if you would like to see the following presentation, which will be Moodle induction, please do join us. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.